Hey Duncan, obviously you've seen a lot of different coverages over the course of the season, but with the way Boston kind of switches pretty much everything, like what challenges does that present specifically to you, as you move around the court and try to find shots?
Yeah, if you're not detailed, and if you just kind of are out there mindlessly cutting and running around, they can flatten you out a lot and take away a lot of triggers and advantages. So it's all about really getting an understanding of what it is they're trying to do, so you can try to combat it.
Hey Duncan, this is nothing new, and even Bam said it. This is going to be a series of guys taking individual challenges because they come with nonstop scores. So when you look at the series and you look at your possible defensive matchups, how challenging one do they make it with their scoring ability, and how much pressure you think you're going to feel on that end, and sort of maybe extra work or extra video you're putting in because of the pressure they can put on individual defenders.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. But at this stage in the playoffs, that's what you got to learn to expect. So they're a really well balanced team, and like you said, they have a lot of talent, individual talent, and guys that can go and get a bucket. So a lot of it's going to be really keying in on tendencies and gaining an understanding of who it is you're guarding and what they like to do. And then also, with us, it's always a group effort defensively, pulling strings and pulling triggers and, just showing that wall so no one feels like they're out there on an island alone.
Hello, Duncan. How much more difficult series you expect against the Celtics, and also how crucial for your game is to cut down Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown?
We expect this series to be a battle. Absolutely. You get to the third round, Eastern Conference Finals. Nothing's going to be easy. Both these teams are here for a reason, and those two guys you mentioned particularly, they're obviously a huge reason as to why they've been able to have the success that they've had this year. So for us, it's just going to be about throwing different guys at them and trying to limit their easy baskets, make them work for everything.
Mhm. And which will gonna be the key point of that series? Thank you.
Say that again.
The key point, which will gonna be the most important key point for that series?
Um, there's a lot of factors, obviously. A huge one is just going to be continuing to stick to who we are as a team, and just continue to grow throughout the series, understanding that, maybe what goes well in game one, we might need to adjust and bring a different game two. Just be able to be adaptable and do different things. Then also play to our identity. Know that, the reason that we're here is defense and playing hard and sharing the ball on offense.
Hey, Duncan, I know you said after the last time you guys beat the Celtics that it meant something to you because that was the team you grew up watching. So what's the reaction been like back home that you are taking on the Celtics, and is there anybody rooting against you?
Uh, I'm sure there may be some people that are still rooting for the Celtics. All the people that are close to me, I wouldn't say are torn because they're definitely rooting for me, but there is an interesting dynamic at play there with that. But I've felt a ton of support, and I know everyone back home is also excited, and that it's a great opportunity for us, just to go out there and showcase what we're capable of doing.
Duncan, how would you assess the impact that Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala have had on the group and on you personally as a young player learning about their veteran habits?
They've been huge ever since they've joined, right before the break. And Solomon Hill as well. I'd absolutely throw him in the mix. He hasn't had the same opportunity on the floor, but just what he brings from a presence standpoint, all three of them, just always being in my ear, the younger guys' ears, and seeing what they are telling me what they see out there, talking about adjustments, and also just like a calming presence about it. When you get into these games and sometimes things can get hectic and you're moving a million miles an hour, they have the kind of perspective and basketball wisdom to take a breath, take a step, calm us as a group, and understand that, if we're going to get to where we want to get to, it's going to be about execution and playing with our heads and not playing mindless. So all three of them have been huge and definitely a big part of the reason that we've made this run that we're on right now.